Reggae music icon Majek Fashek, popularly known as Majek Fashek, kicked off his solo career on a high in 1988 off the back of being a prominent member of the acclaimed band Justice. The same year he released his hit single Send Down the Rain, which was greatly received. He earned the alias Prophet when the song heralded the end of the worst drought experience in the history of Nigeria.
Of Egypt, when we used to live like prince and princess. Remember.
One of his notable performances on American TV was an appearance on the David Letterman show in 1992. His influence as one of Africa's greatest reggae artists grew.
Arise from your sleep, Africa. Rise from your sleep, America. Let's walk to the dawn.
In 1994, he released another album titled The Best of Fashek under the Flame Tree imprint before moving to another imprint, Mango, known to market reggae music internationally, where he made a cover of Bob Marley's Redemption song. In the late 90s, Fashek began the battle with drug addiction, which took him off the music scene for years. In 2013, it was reported that the King of Reggae went through a rehab section in Nigeria. 2 years after his recovery, Majek disclaimed every report about being a drug addict, claiming his mental illness was spiritual.
I can see brothers and sisters, they're sharing love together now. I can see new heaven and new earth, oh Lord. Yes, I can see brothers, sisters, they're sharing love together now. No more sorrow, no more whipping, no more crying.
Last year, he returned to the Nigerian music scene with a new song titled No More Sorrow, which featured pop icon Tubaba. He also has a new song titled Akugbe, dedicated to the new Oba of Benin. And last night, the Rainmaker, Majek Fashek, made the headline with a comeback concert as he celebrated 30 years in the music industry and also the launch of his new project.
Now to the red carpet session of the much talked about 30 Years on Stage concert, where we got interesting comments and a new perspective to the musical journey of the man Majek Fashek. Do enjoy.
It was a gathering of young and old, as fans and celebrities alike thronged the red carpet of Majek Fashek's 30th stage anniversary concert in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. It is particularly an August event, considering Fashek's sensational return to music after enduring many years of mental instability and poor health, believed to be caused by an addiction to hard drugs and alcohol. Today, radio journalist Cordelia Okwe, who reported the release of his debut single back in 1988, is excited to have the Rainmaker back.
Well, I'm a very big fan of Majek Fashek, right from my days in Benin, when he came out with the very first one, the Send Down the Rain album. Then I was already in broadcasting, so we used to play it a lot. And whenever we played it, it would rain. You know, that song has that myth attached to it. And somehow the myth is becoming like a reality. So seeing him fall, because he had a bad fall, and getting up to this point, makes me as a fan very, very happy, because he would have been able to rival the best of reggae artists or artists all over the world.
Before his solo career, Majek spent about 5 years as a member of the group Jazzix, discovered and nurtured by Harris Igiengo, who eventually went on to become his first manager.
When I heard his voice, my goodness, I listened to all of them, but himself was exceptional. I said, "You sing like Bob Marley?" He said, "Yes." And he played his guitar, amazing guitar. He said, "I can also play drum." I said, wait. I can play keyboard. I said, "Go ahead." He played amazing keyboard. And I was so impressed. That what drew him to me. And I had to take him under my arm. They had a band. They even had a band before I came. And I encouraged the band. They all came together. And the member of band, they will all sing praises of him.
Yes, I can see. Brothers, sisters, they must share in love to get together now. There will be no loss.
Majek rose to fame beyond the shores of Nigeria and signed a recording contract with the famed American Interscope Records, led by Jimmy Iovine. Reports suggest it was during this period he got exposed to hard drugs. His manager at the time, Sumonu Bello Osage, narrates the chain of events that led to the darkest moments of the life and times of the reggae music icon.
I remember vividly when Majek came. He was already a household in Nigeria. And when he came to the US, and we wanted me to come to the American market, international scene, because he was not a local musician. He was a born talent. And we started doing all that we need to do, playing most of the club trams here in Los Angeles, LA, San Diego, Atlanta, everywhere. And we caught the attention of Jimmy Iovine, the president of Interscope Records. Interscope Records has Sundry Dog, the 50 cents of this world and all that. But an average major, I use the word major recording company, will not sign an artist if he's not talented or he or she is not talented. So it was a bunch of talent. Now, fast forward to when we finally got the record deal. That was the So Long, Too Long, which we call The Spirit of Love in American version. And great album, great tracks. I Come From the Ghetto, Majek Beware, So Long, Too Long, Spirit of Love, and a whole lot of other tracks in the album. But specifically to answer your question, the issue of Majek detour, I use the word detour, did not start in the US. Because after our record, to show good faith, he decided to come to Nigeria. Even before we released the album was supposed to be released in September. When we finished the album at Sigma Sound Studio in New York, Majek came home and we bought a lot of instruments. And a lot happened. Like I said, when he finally now came for us to promote the record, things were not the way it was before. Only God knows what happened.
Now the chips are back up and the man appears to have gotten his proverbial mojo back. Raving singer Sound Sultan confesses that his music is greatly influenced by his exposure to music by Majek.
You know, I listened to Majek Fashek so much. You know, I fell in love with the guitar. You know, and I love the soulfulness of his music. There's this, apart from all the popular songs that everybody knew, Majek for me, apart from all the popular songs that he's put out, there's so many songs that I dig into, the album, and I find useful to me. You know, my guitar, the song he sang for his guitar, so many songs that I'll just sit back and, dig into the soulfulness and try to think where that was coming from.
To celebrate, Majek has released a new album which features a remake of his old classic Holy Spirit, now titled Take Over Me, and featuring pop star Tubaba.